Hello, here's a little design that you can use to turn any standard balloon into something a little bit more special. And in this case we're doing it for Father's Day, best dad ever, but it could be for any occasion. We're going to basically turn this into an award ribbon. So if you feel somebody needs to be appreciated, to be shown that you appreciate them, to give them an award, this is an ideal design for that. It's very simple and quick, but the effect is really special. So basically what we're going to do is to surround the standard balloon with a garland of duplicate square pack, but we do it in different sizes so that it fits the balloon really well. So firstly we're going to make a ribbon from a 160, so pinch it at the closed end here, push all the air out, give it a good stretch as you go, and then tie it off at the end like so. This will make it stronger and easier to work with as well. So now we've inflated 30 duplicates of balloons to 3 inches and 5 inches, and that will just fit all the way around a standard balloon and make a perfect ring. So we'll start by tying the first duplicate onto the very end of the 160, and then build the garland by alternating the directions of the duplicates as you go. So just push that to one side slightly, sit it on the top there, a little bit of tension. You need a reasonable amount of tension on these so they're packed fairly tightly together, but not so tight that you end up pushing them down flat and creating a quad. So they need to sit separately, be firmly anchored. So that is something that you'll just discover as you build it. Wrap it around once, add the second duplicate, third, fourth, just alternating the directions as you go, and keeping the smaller balloons on one side of the garland and the larger ones on the other, and then you'll find that it begins to curve. Because the difference between the two sizes of balloons is so great, you do get quite a pronounced curve really quite quickly. Just keep adding your duplicates, just double checking that they're sitting in the right place every now and again, because again with the big difference in size they have a tendency to sort of wander off and not sit quite straight as you might want them. So just keep your eye on it as you build. So we're starting to really see the circle take shape. Let's move that over there for a minute. Okay. It does become a little awkward as you approach the last few, because obviously you're starting to find that this end of the garland is getting in the way, but just persevere and you'll be okay. Last two. And there we have the completed garland like so. And then we're going to put the standard balloon into the middle and then join the ends. So we've still got a piece of the 160 left, which we'll use just to pull through here. A little bit of tension on it again to make sure that the ends sit nicely together, and then wrap it around a few times to lock it off. And there is the finished frill around the edge of the balloon. So now we can see that it is looking quite like an award ribbon, but it needs to have the ribbon tails out the bottom of it. So I'm going to make those with modelling balloons and weave a ribbon just to give it that bit of extra texture. It's quite a simple technique, but if you are a little unsure about it, then you can make the tails out of wide ribbon, strips cut from table covers, all sorts of things could substitute. But I quite like the idea of weaving them from modelling balloons, just to showcase extra talents, if you like, showcase extra details that can then be used in other designs. So I've got 3 pairs of modelling balloons here, 260. This is Reflex, Sempertex Reflex Crystal Red. Oh, and just in case I didn't mention it, I don't think, this is metallic gold, Sempertex metallic gold 5-inch and fashion navy blue. But these are the crystal reds, and they're picking up on the colours in the foil balloon there. So tie them together into duplicates, half inflate them, go just halfway down, so you've got plenty of room to twist. And we're going to lay them out like this, and literally just twist backwards and lay them out bent over like that. So we've got 6 balloons next to each other, and we're just going to link them together into an X pattern. So I'm going to twist a bubble there and there, twist those together, and then the next one, twist a bubble there and there, twist them together, and then we go down the outside. So we will need to twist 2 bubbles in the outer one, and then one in the next, twist together. Twist those together, two bubbles in the outer one, and one there, and twist together. And if I hold it up now, you'll start to see how the pattern is forming. So this next one, you can see where we need to twist there and there, and then 2 bubbles in the outer ones on every occasion. So I'll do another couple of rows. The tricky bit is getting all of the bubbles the same size, but with a little bit of practice, that comes quite easily. The first 1 or 2 that I did like this were not good and quite uneven in their appearance, but you soon get the hang of it. Just work logically backwards and forwards across the pattern, and it actually grows quite quickly. 2 bubbles in the outside one, and 1 in the one next to it. And if I hold it up again, you'll then start to see what we're doing. So you keep going down there to create a ribbon as wide as you like. You can add as many going that way as you want to, and as long as you like, depending on how many balloons, but you can add extra balloons if you want them. But I find probably 45 centimetres is enough to keep it in proportion with that. Once you've done that, there, I've got a second ribbon which I've decided to do slightly longer and slightly narrower, so that we have that variation in width and texture. And then I've attached them using an extra 260 collar there to these 2, because those will sit all the way around here to get the red colour around the outside of the rosette, the award ribbon, and the tails underneath. And there we go. So this can obviously be hung on the wall if you want to. It could just be presented. I think it's a little large for Dad to actually wear, but it can also be used as a design that can stand on the table and perhaps have a foil bouquet, this one incorporating the best dad trophy sitting next to it.